You know, I should have realized sooner, but it was really the panic in her eyes that made me realize, oh, that's what's going on. I thought you just ate a hot pepper.
You could have been a hero.
Could have been a hero. Instead, she was able to choke it up herself, and I was kind of like, ew. Yeah. What is that?
You can clean that up.
And then she cried for a while because she was scared that she was that close to losing her life. And
you gave her a glass of milk.
that she didn't need. Well, except, milk's kind of comforting.
Milk's comforting for any victim.
Also, it's like a 3.25 milk, the good stuff.
Really thick. She could almost choke on that.
So was your choking situation? You were communicative throughout. You said you weren't good and you were crying, but I was like, it looks like he's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't help, but it's okay.
You're just another person who is choking, and I did not help.
I think all my life when I've choked around you, you haven't helped me. One time I choked on some Coca-Cola. I got a big bubble. I guess I didn't really choke. I just had an air bubble go down, but it felt horrible.
But what am I going to do?
I don't know. Just pat me on the back or something.
I guess. Yeah, all right.
I choked once when I was a child. It's very young. Maybe 6.
Okay.
I'd say about 6.
All right.
I was eating some Chef Boyardee ravioli. They were not the mini raviolis, which was the
Important
problem.
detail. Oh, okay.
I would eat large ravioli, full-size Chef Boyardee raviolis, and they were very hot. And I guess I'd stayed home from school that day for some reason. I was eating it, and it was too hot.
Uh-huh.
So rather than spit it out, I'm like, well...
You just swallowed it.
It's going down.
Oh, no.
So I swallowed it. It started choking. It was stuck in my throat.
Oh, no.
So I was jumping around. I got up on the seat, and I was jumping around. And I probably didn't do the little choking symbol that you think people should do.
Hands over the throat. If you're choking, you show people.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I was just
choking.
jumping. I think I held on to the chair, and I was jumping. Like I was, and my mother was in the kitchen, which was right across from it. So she looked over, and she just thought I was doing something weird. But eventually, she saw my face turn from the normal color to like a purple.
Yeah.
And then she realized I was choking. And she tells me this story all the time about how she was so sad that I almost died at home because she didn't know what she was doing. And she was like, so she ended up trying to do that Heimlich thing with, putting my chest against the top of a chair and then pressing this whole thing. And I remember her doing it, and I really thought I was going to die too. And it just kept happening. It kept, just pushing into my chest, my throat. Everything was hurting. And eventually she kept doing it. She only stopped because she heard me say, "Mom, I'm okay." And I had thrown up that little Chef Boyardee piece, solid piece, just flew across and landed on the table. And to this day, she still cuts up my Chef Boyardee.
That's
every time she's. It hasn't been for a little while, but I remember going into high school where she
was cutting up your Chef Boyardee,
where she'd always cut it up. They didn't want me to choke on it.
That's a shame because I feel like that's missing the point of ravioli.
Yeah, I mean, it's kept me alive all these years.
I guess that's true. That's true.
But that was probably the closest I came.
I mean, a few times I've had a drink, or often water ends up going down the wrong pipe. But it's just some water, and so you go, you cough it up and you go, I went down the wrong pipe.
Yeah.
But I've sometimes had solid food, but I've never been in a choking where I needed help. It's always been like it's happening, and then I'm able to force, cough it up, and I'm good. Don't worry.
It's always been little things, liquid or rice.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna impede you too much, but one day, something's gonna happen around you.
I think he's gonna feed me cotton balls or something, and
no, I just mean one day you're gonna have to step up.
I guess, or just avoid people.
Or maybe it's gonna take someone dying in front of you.
Oh gosh, wow. I mean, it's mostly that I panic in the moment and I don't know what to do. It's not like I'm just like you said. I said, "Are you okay?" You said no. I didn't just lean back and go, "Let's see this through. I'll sit this one out." I was like, "So what do I do? He looks okay. Do I need to do anything? I don't know what to do." And for the girl choking, I guess she could have used the Heimlich maneuver. I've never performed a Heimlich maneuver, so I've just been like, oh, let's see how this goes. Like
like Yogi Bear running up and giving this bear hug. I can understand the awkwardness of it. If she doesn't need it, or you're doing it wrong, then what are you really doing to her?
Yeah. Then I'm just like giving her an uncomfortable hug.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'd just reach in, skip the Heimlich maneuver completely. Just open the jowls and you go in there with a little finger claw.
Stick those mandibles in there.
I'm sure I could get my whole hand down someone's throat.
Good God.
I don't know.
We tried fitting our own hands into our mouths weeks ago, and we weren't able to, really.
Well, that was into my own mouth, but someone else's mouth, I'm sure.
Someone else you're assuming has a smaller, bigger mouth than you?
No, but I just think I'm going to stop myself before I get to that point. But for somebody else who's choking, it's like, oh, go at it.
Okay, I see your point.
Esophagus, man, that's it's inviting, It'll let things in there.
I think it's supposed to let things in there. Yeah. We're thinking of the windpipe is not supposed to let things in there.
Oh, that's probably where it's stuck, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
The esophagus is where the food goes through, so that's fine.
So I'm going to be elbow deep in somebody's mouth.
You'll be halfway down someone's throat, and they'll be like, "Wrong pipe." Yeah. They won't be able to communicate that to you because you'll be elbow deep in their mouths.
Yeah, that's a horrific sight.
So I think, end of the day, me doing nothing may be better than you sticking your forearm into someone's mouth.
I think we've established that. I think. Yeah,
so
good on you.
I think what we've learned here today is that if anyone is choking, we are the two worst people to be around because neither of us will adequately help you. I'll do nothing, and Matthew will do too much.
Yeah,
maybe that's why we make a good team. Between the two of us, we can have an hour-long podcast to discuss how we're going to address this choking situation, and then be disappointed at how many listeners.
I think most people probably know how to do the Heimlich or some basic form of
something.
recovery.
We should look this up after. We should practice the Heimlich on each other later. That sounds weird, eh? That sounds weird. So speaking of things sounding weird, remember back just out of high school, we were working at a Vortex. I guess this is another. Tales from the Vortex.
I'm glad I caught that cue.
And in particular, one guy during lunch, I don't remember his name. Do you remember his name? With the videotape.
Oh, God. I don't remember his name.
Doesn't matter. One of our coworkers offered us a videotape. I don't even think it was like a VHS. I remember it being big, like he had a Betamax tape or something like that.
Yeah, some big.
And he was describing it to us, and then in retrospect, I guess it makes sense that it wasn't on a regular VHS tape because it's contraband material. It was a lady. This is how he described it to us: a lady, and she has sex with a pork.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we obviously had no interest in watching it. But then he described, I think, another video, another segment on this cassette tape of his, that it was a woman and a dog, a woman filleting a dog, and how the dog was like, no, not interested. This fascinated him and disturbed both of us, I think.
He was so excited about this tape of his, and I don't understand why he had it at work with him.
What?
Did he rent it?
At a place nearby? He rented during his lunch break.
It was
from
Park
the
X.
local bestiality video store that only has Betamax and Laserdisc, because that way they won't get caught because no one has these technologies.
Just the ones who are really adamant about playing these. Oh, it was strange. And I think he left it there in case we changed our mind.
Well, this will be here if you think you might want to see it anyway.
It's just he mimed out a lot of the actions.
He did.
With great vigor and just...
He was very enthusiastic about telling us the details of this tape. And it was gross.
Yeah.
It was gross. It's weird that he was talking about that at work. Or really at all. It's weird and illegal activity. And that's been another Tales of the Vortex.
I felt like there was more to say about that.
I'm using this. What else do you have to say about that?
I guess nothing.
I mean, we kind of ran that particular story dry.
Yeah, there's more eventually, I guess. Well, it'll come up in other tales.
It'll come up at some point.
Now, what are you doing here with this pen?
I've got little notes about the show, things that we'd like to talk about, past burger ratings, just to give us context. And I'm realizing I may just not know how to write. Because I've got
you've come a long way. Regardless, though.
Because I've got a pen here, and it's one of these like, how would you describe this pen, Matthew? It's like a fountain pen, but
it's got like a fountain tip, but it's ink. Well, yeah, you can still have a fountain pen with ink in it.
Okay, so it's like a fountain style pen.
Yeah,
it's a Bic, but you can't write upwards really. No, I guess because the ink is ready. But eventually, I was writing just normally, and the ink wasn't coming out when I was writing upwards, and I realized maybe that's because I'm doing it wrong. Aren't you supposed to write downwards?
I've never... I mean,
is it starting from the bottom? Starting from the top? I really don't know anymore, because I do, like, a capital A, I'll start from the bottom, and then, let's say,
run through all the alphabet.
See, no, up doesn't work. I'm not getting any ink coming out of up. So you've got to write downwards.
He wrote the letter A.
But if I'm writing apple...
Now he's writing apple.
And I'm doing it all from the top. It's weird. If I write hello, I'm starting from the bottom. L's are from the bottom. O's and vowels are from on top. It's really... I feel like I was never properly taught how to just print.
I really think it's more about not so much about the journey that you take to get there. It's
as
really
the
just the destination for the letters here.
I mean, people have also always been critical of my handwriting.
It's I mean, I was looking at your notes before, and there were words I couldn't really make out, but...
Oh, I mean, I was reading them before, and I said, what is that? Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say as long as you can understand them, but if you can't...
Sometimes I can. No, usually I can, but every now and again. I think it was just an A looked like a U, and so that really threw me off.
Well, this summer we'll teach you
printing and basic arithmetic.
Yeah.
I hope you get a whole sheet of gold star stickers.
Yeah, well,
because I demand them
small.
regardless
I'm not
of
invest in a
quality.
whole sheet yet. Who knows? Who knows if you'll be deserving? Yeah, I don't know. I think you can really just write a letter however you want. But if you're buying pens that don't allow you to do it, just buy a different pen.
I guess that's it.
Don't be
living and learning about pens.
Yeah, tons of different pens.
Oh man, this one's a keeper, eh?
Yeah.
Let's switch it up.
You see, you mock me, but then you grabbed another pen.
Hello. Now we're talking pens. So burger ratings, Matthew.
Burger ratings, let's do it.
What did you think of the orange Julep's hamburger?
I didn't think... Well, I mean, I think it's pretty clear from the beginning of this. I didn't think too much of it. I didn't think too much of their squish burger, their spider fries. The Julep was good, but... We're not ranking the Julep here.
No, I mean, if we were ranking the Julep, I guess that's a perfect Julep. I don't know what competition it has, but it's pretty great.
Yeah,
I was considering buying a $12 like 2-liter jug of juice. So
until you drank a
1 liter cup
of juice. I'm going to give that burger. Based on the squishiness of it, it was fine. It's just a fine burger, and I think a fine burger is what, a 5?
It's a 5.
I give it a 5.
I had, I think, a little fancier burger. Mine wasn't as squished. I had mushrooms and onions in it. You know, it makes a more deluxe burger, I guess you could say. And this was their high-end burger, their butcher burger. And it was fine. I think I'm going to give